Well, Kash Patel is burning down the House in D.C. with the latest bombshell that he has just dropped regarding Donald Trump and those who are betraying him, including Democrats, by the way. One of those people in particular are Mr. Shifty Schiff. Even though he was never really on the Trump side, this man should have the Espionage Act used against him for his latest crime. I've got a lot to share with you on him, Comey, and others. Quite frankly, I got to tell you and be very front with you, the Democrats are in a straight up panic mode because they have been committing crime after crime after crime without a consequence. And I think those consequences are going to start rolling in here soon. It's going to take time, but they're absolutely coming. Take a look at what I'm talking about here. And this is on Just the News. Exclusive Democrat whistleblower told FBI that Schiff okayed leaking classified intelligence to hurt Donald J. Trump. Career intelligence officer who worked for Democrats on the House Intelligence Committee for more than a decade repeatedly warned the FBI beginning in 2017 that then Representative Adam Schiff had approved leaking classified information to smear President Donald Trump over the now debunked Russiagate scandal. According to a bombshell FBI memo that Director Kash Patel has turned over to Congress. Thank you, Kash Patel. And what he turned over to Congress is something called FBI 302 interview reports. And to give you an idea, basically, my summarization of what that is this is a document, right, where somebody goes, say an FBI agent or whoever, an intelligence agent, or somebody goes and does an interview. And then during the interview, they question somebody about some information, in this case, Donald J. Trump, right? And then they put all that in a document. They write it all down, what was said, what was relayed, the location, the time, the date of the interview, and they put it all in this document. The problem is the person who they are talking to, in this case, Donald Trump, cannot refute it because they don't even know what's in the 302. And this is what was dropped, by the way, by Kash Patel, this 302 report. But it goes on to say, the FBI 302 interview report obtained by Just the News state the intelligence staffer, which is a Democrat by party affiliation who described himself as a friend of both Schiff, now a California senator, and former Republican House Intelligence Chairman Devin Nunes, considered the classified leaking to be unethical, illegal, and treasonous, but was told not to worry about it because Schiff believed that he would be spared prosecution under the Constitution's speech and debate clause. Now, before I get into some of those details, literally, he thought that he wouldn't be persecuted because of this clause. And I'm going to get into that clause in a moment, but it expands just a little bit. There was no public disclosure opinion from the AG or the Solicitor General can be found making that determination as a matter of law. But officials told Just the News that DOJ officials saw little interest in pursuing Schiff when the allegations were brought to them years ago, citing the very same excuse that, hey, he's protected on the Constitution's speech and debate clause. The truth of the matter is he's not. But here's another truth. The FBI then, under Donald J. Trump, unfortunately, Trump was president in 2017, but there was a lot of bad people that worked for the FBI, Christopher Wray being one of those. But anyway, the FBI ignored it and set it aside. Now, I've got a lot to share with you, but just a quick break from the video sponsor. Well, the American healthcare system is unfortunately broken, and Big Pharma charges an arm and a leg for their products. Not only that, but insurance companies are focused on actually growing healthcare spending. That's why I have put such an importance on, well, taking care of myself the natural way. And one of the most overlooked factors is improving your blood flow. That means more oxygen and nutrients to your brain, to your muscles, and even your heart. And this is why I personally use Blood Flow 7 with Juvenon. With just one dose a day, it has personally helped me improve my stamina, my energy, and even my heart health. And by the way, I would not share it with you if it did not work for me. me. All you have to do is go to the website, bloodflow7.com/Lisa. You can see the link on the screen here. That's bloodflow7.com/Lisa, and check it out today and claim your risk-free bottle now. In fact, if you want more information on it, you can click that more button on your cell phone or click the link in the description box below. So what else was going on with this whistleblower interview? And I'm going to go back to this article on Just the News to kind of expand on some of that. But here's what it says about the whistleblower specifically and what was said. The whistleblowers, whose name is redacted, told agents from the FBI's St. Louis office that he personally attended a meeting at which Schiff authorized leaking classified information. When working in this capacity, redacted staffer's name was called to an all-staff meeting by Adam Schiff. The interview report said, in this meeting, Shifty Schiff stated that the group would leak classified info which was derogatory to the President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump. Schiff stated the information would be used to indict President Trump. It goes on. The whistleblower told investigators that he stated this would be illegal, and upon hearing his concerns, unnamed members of the meeting reassured that they would not be caught leaking classified info. The 2023 interview report stated. The staffer made similar claims to agents in the FBI's Washington field office as early as 2017. And remember, again, the FBI field office ignored it. Now, the Democrat staffer also alleged that a former Republican colleague on the committee that he was terminated because Shifty Schiff's staff did not believe he had adequate party loyalty after he raised concerns about the leak strategy of the FBI memos showed. So he was literally terminated because he wanted to tell the truth about what Adam Schiff was doing, which tells us the FBI at the very court was very, very corrupt and in on it, quite frankly. But it goes on to state, the Democrat staffer told FBI agents during an August 2017 interview by the Bull Feathers restaurant in the nation's capital that he was told by various HPSCI staffers in the October 26 timeframe that if Secretary of State Hillary Clinton won the 2016 election, Schiff would be offered the position of CIA director. Oh, you little sneaky snake there. Sneak a snake. You guys have hopefully seen that video. If not, you should probably not Google it. Sneak a snake. Adam Schiff is definitely that. So in other words, I get the feeling that he leaked this classified information as a wink and a nod to Hillary Clinton so he could get this position at the CIA as the CIA director under Miss Hillary Clinton. I do favor for you, you do favor for me, kind of a thing. I mean, this is just insane. I get the feeling that's what's going on. I think we all do. The Democrat whistleblower also told the FBI in December 2017 that a particular leak from the summer of 2017 had caused him to confront HPSCI on the issue. He said that a particularly sensitive document was viewed by a small contingent of staff, as well as Schiff and Representative Eric Swalwell. Oh, fang. And that within 24 hours, the information appeared in the news almost verbatim. The staffer told the FBI that it was suspected that Swalwell played a role in the leak and noted that Swalwell previously had been warned to be careful because he had a reputation for leaking classified information. So obviously there's some information there about Eric Swalwell, fang, as well. Now, regarding Comey, he has come out and said, oh, this is absolutely false. It's a smear campaign and defamatory attacks against me so they can just cover for the Jeff files. It's a scandal. Right. Why do I get the feeling that that's absolutely not true? Now, the White House did respond. A reporter came out and she asked about Adam Schiff's approving leaking classified information to smear the president and really asked for more information on this report. And here's what Caroline Levitt said regarding all of that. And I'm going to play this clip for you.
The president has already said he wants to see Adam Schiff held accountable for the countless lies he told the American people in relation to the Russiagate scandal. I brought Tulsi Gabbard out to this podium to talk to you about all of that. And this administration is taking accountability very seriously. As for this new FBI whistleblower report, I understand Kash Patel last night declassified a 302 FBI document showing that a whistleblower who is a Democrat, a career intelligence officer who worked for Democrats on the House Intel Committee for more than a decade, repeatedly warned the FBI in 2017 that then Rep. Adam Schiff had approved leaking classified information to smear then President Donald Trump over the Russiagate scandal. This is obviously a bombshell whistleblower report. Hopefully more people in this room will cover it as such.
So she goes on to share what Kash Patel said about it. And he just basically says, hey, look, I'm not going to put up with this. And we're going to get to the bottom of what is going on here. But hey, this is the FBI in 2017 who did absolutely nothing, zero, nil, nada about it. Why? Because they didn't want Donald Trump to be in charge, because they knew Donald Trump would start looking into some of their corruption. So what was their end game? Indict him, jail him, go after his friends, arrest his managers, put their managers and lawyers into prison, charge them massive fines, go after him for mortgage fraud. That wasn't mortgage fraud. Go after his family. And then he gets into power a second time. Now they're really afraid. Now, regarding all of that, what's interesting is it just came out later yesterday, or like midday yesterday, that they actually believe that they know the person that Shifty Schiff was sharing information with. Take a look at this. And of course, it's a mainstream media news source. And this was shared by Paul Sperry before and after. And I'm going to start with the one on the bottom. Okay. It says declassified documents show Obama spooks used Washington Post stenographer Ellen Nakashimi to plant three major Russia stories: CrowdStrike, Putin, Trump, consensus, Carter Page, a Russian agent. Nashimi is a useful idiot and a Pulitzer fraud. And then he goes on top of it and he says, Ellen Nakashimi, the Washington Post handmaiden for the deep state, is now showing up, in the FBI's 302 as the likely key recipient of classified intelligence leaks from Adam Schiff regarding Russiagate. There's all of that. Now, if me or you had done something like this, we would be in jail yesterday. But we are talking about a Democrat here, and they seem to get a slap on the hand a majority of the time, considering that they control every three-letter agency. And I'm really hopeful that Donald Trump continues to change that. It's not finished yet. We still got a lot of them in there. And I just want it even. I don't want all Republicans. I don't want all Democrats. I just want somebody non-political that will accuse both sides. And I believe that that's what we're going to get. But here's the deal. If me and you had done that, we'd already be in jail. So I looked it up. Let's look up the punishment and crime for that. Here's grok.com. What is the crime? Say for a representative in Congress, such as House, what is it? What is the crime if he leaks classified information to the media? And it says right here, leaking classified information by a U.S. representative is a serious federal offense, primarily governed by the Espionage Act of 1917. And here are the consequences. Number one, if they do file it under Espionage Act, that means somebody knowingly and willfully communicated, delivered, or transmitted classified info to an unauthorized person, aka the media, with intent or reason to believe it could harm the U.S. or U.S. foreign nation. Wasn't that the intent? To harm Donald J. Trump as president of the United States? And that was fully the intent. And the penalty for that, up to 7 years in prison, court, fines, or both. Then we have another section here. They went with 798, specifically addresses disclosures of classified info related to communications intelligence, right? Specifically, also up to 7 years in prison, misuse of classified, mishandling of classified information. And then they could also throw in there something like perjury, if he lied about certain information, conspiracy, obstruction of justice. Okay, now, what about that little speech and debate clause that, was stated earlier in the Just the News article as a reason that Adam Schiff, Shifty Schiff used as, they can't come after me because the speech and debate clause. And here's what it says, right? No immunity for criminal acts. Congressional immunity under the speech or debate clause protects representatives from prosecution for legislative actions, right? Those that you do in the legislation. But leaking classified information is not a protected legislative act and is prosecutable. In other words, the guy deserves up to 7 years in prison. 7 years in prison for what he's doing. And I would give him the max penalty to make a point, because they have been leaking information for years. And now we've got the leaker and we've got a whistleblower. We've got the evidence. We've got the data. I think now is the time to prosecute. And I think U.S. Attorney Janine Pirro agrees with me. Here's what she said when Benny Johnson asked her about investigating Shifty Schiff. Take a listen.
And so my question is open-ended. Have you reviewed his documents? Are you familiar with the Adam Schiffs and the criminal conspiracy to leak against President Trump? Do you plan on investigating?
You know what, Benny? I think you know that this is my wheelhouse. And the difference between me and some other people is that I don't talk about what I'm investigating. I don't talk about what I'm doing. When I have the evidence, when I have enough to go forward, you will hear from me loud and clear.
Ooh, we're going to hear from her loud and clear. And I sure the hell hope so, because these Trump betrayers like Adam Schiff, right? This is under Donald Trump's own administration. And this little sneaky snake is doing that. That's a betrayal of an ultimate. And by the way, a crime under the Espionage Act. Legitimately so. And no, the speech and debate clause is not going to get you out of it, right? Especially if, say, they take it to the Supreme Court or whatever. Meanwhile, there's another scandal brewing I have to tell you about, because they're kind of one and the same. This is on the Gateway Pundit. Declassified memo reveals Comey's secret media mole also leaked classified information to the NYT to push for special counsel to investigate Trump in Russia hoax. New declassified memos reveal James Comey now. Secret media mole Daniel Richmond leaked classified information to NYT Michael Schmidt to help push a special counsel in May of 2017. It was previously reported that Comey penned 9 memos stemming from this conversation with Trump and then leaked them through his Columbia University law professor friend, Daniel Richmond. Again, these are crimes that are punishable. Same kind of stuff there. That was done by James Comey, and he's already in trouble, I believe, for some other stuff. And maybe, Jeff files and some destruction, maybe. Who knows? Maybe that'll actually show up. Or maybe they'll never find it. Who knows? We don't know. We have to wait and see. But outside of that, we've got 2 people busted leaking to the media. So what are we going to do about it? That's my next question. And that's my question for Donald J. Trump ultimately. Please, come on. We have to start. And if Jean Pereiro is legit, I really hope she gets that evidence and moves forward with it. And I think we have a good solid case when you've got a whistleblower and you've got the documents and you have some of the evidence and you've got the 302. Anyhow, wanted to share all of that with you. And with all of that, just a quick reminder, please make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. They have been unsubbing people en masse. And give this video a thumbs up, and please share it with everyone you know. And by the way, get to restrictedrepublic.com today. Sign up there. There is so much information that you're not getting here on YouTube, and there is a lot more on there. And this is a way that you can support us for $5 per month. Use the coupon code Lisa and the number 5 to get it for $5 per month. And we've got exclusive content that's just there. Anyhow, with all of that, I love you all. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.